Welcome to TradeWinds Web TV. I'm Aaron Kelly, and over the next 3 days, I'm going to be your guide at the most popular shipping event in the U.S., the Connecticut Maritime Association's annual conference. We're on our way to the Hilton Hotel and Expo Center in Stamford, where we're going to track down some of shipping's brightest stars. But we decided to make a quick pit stop in the posh New York suburb of Greenwich to catch up with some locals here at the five-star hotel, the Delamar. Bob, we expect the current and future state of the tanker market to be a big topic at the CMA conference this week. With the political instability in the Middle East and North Africa, with the tsunami and earthquake in Japan, there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets right now. Where are we today?
Well, thanks, Aaron, for having me over here this afternoon. It's a pleasure to be speaking with you. This is a great week for Connecticut coming up, the CMA. I think it's the largest tanker and bulk event in the United States. So we're pleased to be part of that, being a Connecticut domiciled shipbroker. The state of the tanker market is a question we wrestle with every day. I think it's safe to say that as a shipbroker, my job is to be upbeat and positive. And I check myself if I find myself getting negative and downcast on the current state. The reality is, no amount of geopolitical unrest, contango storage, slow steaming, port congestion, fog, weather, disruptions, geopolitical events, and I may have repeated myself, no amount of that is on a grand scale going to offset the oversupply of tonnage which we face in all segments of the tanker market, not just the crude market, and I think it's safe to say we're over tonnage in all segments of shipping. So that's just an overlay that we can't erase. The fact of the matter is, having said that, there are occasions, and with proper chartering and smart chartering, where an owner can beat the market and improve on his return by knowing his competitors, knowing the state of play, and knowing the charterers. In general terms, we always do our best business when there's geopolitical uncertainty. As a matter of fact, it's better when the risk of geopolitical events is much better for the market than the actual political event itself once it's manifested. I think the situation in North Africa, specifically specifically Libya, I think we'll find that it hasn't had the major effect on the markets as of yet. That 2% or whatever they contribute to the world markets was primarily a Med and continent crude, and that shortfall has been picked up by the Saudis, so I understand. We haven't seen a major change in trade patterns. So with the Libyan effect, it hasn't been a great manifestation. Now, if this slides into Saudi Arabia, God forbid, or other major Mideast producers, then of course there'll be a whole different result.
The earthquake and tsunami in Japan, what does that mean for the tanker markets?
Well, it's quite a shame what's happened to Japan, and I know everybody shares concern, and prayers are with the Japanese people and a quick recovery, which is going to be difficult. Nevertheless, I think the tanker market that's going to be most affected will be energy-related products. So there is talk of increased product imports into Japan because of the refinery situation, fuel oil to run their electrical production, possibly a big pickup for the LNG markets. I don't see how it's going to create a demand for VLCCs beyond what they were taking before, and it may shut back as we move in more refined products and/or LNG.